Over the last few years, I've noticed that there's kind of been like an issue, not necessarily with anime, though. However, you could like choose to like point fingers at certain genres or whatever. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I mean is an issue with me for anime, and I don't really know that a lot of people that I know who watch anime necessarily talk about, and it's being burnt out by anime. And uh weirdly enough, for me, what I've noticed is that usually when I get burnt out of watching anime, it tends to be after I've binge watched like 12 or so shows. Sometimes it can be like 8 depending on how long they are too, but I don't know. um and kind of like why I do that is because I'm like super passionate about watching some of these shows to be like, yeah, I really want to watch this, and like, man, this is really easy to watch, and oh, it's such a good story, or like at least the story was somewhat interesting, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, he's kind of this like proverbial hole that's like left after watching a show that's like you spend and invest a fair amount of time into, and uh seeing how that like story kind of concludes. But after like doing that, I feel like for like maybe 8 or like 12 times semi back to back, depending on like how ambitious I am of like, oh, I gotta watch this, oh, I want to watch this, oh, I want to watch this, okay, well, I'm watching this now. it, then I feel like the burnout starts to kick in, and I've noticed that over the last few years that it's kind of in that cycle that I am my own cause of it. It's not necessarily too much of a reflection on the state of current anime, but looking at some of these, I can tell that there's some anime that are like, oh, this is going to take center stage, or oh, this is a really good anime, or oh, this, well, obviously is a sequel to something that was like going on. uh as an example, like the previous season or so, there was Freerin season 2, and like a lot of people love it. Just I haven't given myself the time to watch it. Now that it's like wrapping up or done or on its way to being done, I'll probably watch it. It's just right now I'm not really interested in watching some anime. Even though I'm looking at like a few that are like, ooh, okay, that could be kind of interesting to see. Like season 2 of Tanya the Evil. That's been like, oh, ew, almost 10 years. Ew, almost 10 years since season 1. Good God. Ugh. Ugh. I thought for sure Tanya the Evil season 2 was like never going to happen. Well, it's happening. But then I see stuff like Chainsmoker Cats, and I'm like, what is this? I've seen some of the memes of it, but it's like, what is this? Or Smoking Behind the Supermarket, or whatever. I get kind of like who that's for, or like the type of show it's supposed to be, slice of life, maybe somewhat comical, but just kind of comfy cozy, going through the motions a little bit. Um, but looking at some of these, I don't really have an interest too much right now. I'm burnt out. Once again by my own doing of binge watching season 1 of Lelouch or Code Geass, and then uh binge watching all of Cowboy Bebop to like rewatch it, and then binge watching season 2 of Code Geass. It's like, oh man. Okay. Well, and it could be worse. It could be like you're binge watching like all of One Piece, or all of Bleach, or like all of Dragon Ball, or whatever. But or you could be binge watching like 50 12 episode show, or yeah, 12 episode series. And I don't know. I know kind of when it kicks in. Thankfully it's not as bad as this time. I can see that there are some good things. I just am not entirely enthused right now. I'm not like dissuade or like, man, anime's lame now. I can't believe they're doing Rent a Girlfriend season 59. Ugh. It's surprising how long Rent a Girlfriend has gone on for, but also consider the like material and kind of like who that's for. It's more for the guy who made it, but eh, Rent a Girlfriend is interesting. I wouldn't recommend watching it past season 1 or even episode 1 of season 1, but that's just me. That's just me. Uh and there's some other shows that I've still yet to finish because I'm like, oh, okay, I got to put this down or whatever. And I don't know. And sometimes it's like it will take a certain show for me to get back into it, but then I kind of have to like pace myself a little bit. And sometimes like some of those shows have been Boogie Pop, Phantom, and Others. I thought that was like such a unique like show that it was like, oh man, this like really kicks the motivation back in gear of like, man, anime is kind of cool. Or like, man, this is such a unique storytelling, and like it doesn't look like anything else that's come out. Or like it might look like some other things, but the way they tell the story and the characters and have like some of these like plot thread things, just thinking about it makes me kind of like want to go back and watch Boogie Pop. But it's like for some reason there's like some of these shows that'll kind of like pop up, or I'll find I'm like, this is getting me back into anime. And it's like only until I'm like watching it, I start thinking of that. I'm like, oh man, this is really good. Like this is why I love watching anime. But then sometimes like it's gotten to the point of like where the burnout kicks in of like, oh man, I've just seen a lot of stuff, and I've kind of seen a good amount of things. Like, I know that's kind of presumptuous to kind of say like, oh, I've seen like everything. I know all that there is to know about anime and how anime tells its stories. And oh, here's generic isekai show number 5002. Woo. But it sometimes gets a little like that. Like, okay, I feel like I've seen a good amount, and I've seen like all the good things that I consider to be good or worthwhile watching. But then I have to remember, dude, like there's so much more that's out there that you've not seen. There's a lot of crappy ones that are out there that you thankfully have not seen or very little of. So, but anyway, before this goes on for like 30 minutes, I just really wanted to express my thoughts on that. I'm sure I'll find something to like get back in and probably pace myself a bit, but I just don't really see a whole lot of people talking about like the burnout side of things. I'm curious to see how you guys, what you guys think in the comments, if this is like at all relatable, or if this is even like semi interesting, or if you guys have gone through that, because I genuinely have never like talked to anyone that like has gone through this that's like, yeah, actually I know exactly what you mean, or like I kind of feel the same right now, or. So yeah, that's really it.